Good morning, traders. Perry Wilkie with StartUpTrading.com. Quick video this morning. We had GDP this morning. Not sure how it came in. Doesn't matter. It's in the print now. It's in the tape. So ECB cut at a quarter point as expected. We're going to have minor news at 10 o'clock, and then tomorrow morning we're going to get another inflation read. After the bell tonight is the title of my video. Apple, UPS is done. I didn't look to see why, but that is basically sentiment on the United States shipping, and looks like they had a decent beat, at least as far as earnings go. So I'm not sure. I didn't look into it. Really doesn't matter. But market on them is down. Looking at the stocks that reported last night, IBM up, uh, Meta and Tesla up, and Microsoft down. So Microsoft is a Dow component. Remember, the Dow only has 30 stocks in it, and Microsoft is one of them, and it is driving the Dow down. That's the laggard for the Dow this morning. Look at yesterday's tape, right? We're trading between basically 600 on the SPY to 6050 on the SPX. That's where the ES was trading between yesterday. And then for basically uh, the NQ, we're looking at, you know, 517 on the low and 525 on that overnight high. But basically going two and a half, $3 plus and minus this 520 level yesterday uh, is what was going on there. So as we look at what that did to structure, there's the only thing that was really on structure uh, for yesterday was there was some you can't I didn't mark them here, but a couple trades went off above 21,606 quarter, which was the bell high of the day for the Nasdaq, just because you had all those large cap techs reporting, but really not a lot. And if you look at basically after the bell, you engulfed basically the trading range on from low to high as those large cap tech stocks were reporting. Um, Looking at where we're at right now, we're basically at 60.90, which the high of yesterday was 91 quarter. So we're right around yesterday's high of the day. One time framing is still up and in balance, meaning that basically uh, until you get back below a previous day's low, which would be 60.20 basically at this point in time for the ES, you're probably on your way to traversing back up towards the 61.48 level. And if we look at the one time framing, very similar for the Nasdaq. If we were to open up right now, we'd be at 21,666, which is right around where we were yesterday morning in the overnight session as well. But we are also traversing from here up towards this 22,075 level. See if we can get another test of that. Of course, everyone's going to be watching the bell to bell gap fills, right? That's going to come in. The low range is 21,837. The settlement for that day, we'd have to go back and look, but the mark on toss for that time frame is going to be right at 21. Let's just call it 21,900 for the sake of argument. And for the ES, that gap fill on the low is going to be 642 quarter, and the mark on toss, which is not the settlement, was at 60.65. So right around there is the targets that everyone's looking at. 40 points in your overnight session so far. And as we look at all the indexes, you can see the Russell traipsing above the previous day's high, the NASDAQ traipsing above the previous day's high, the ES right sitting on it, and the Dow, below valuary low, and that is all due thanks to Microsoft. So what I'll be watching today is just to see if we can get up here. We are still, I'm sure, I can't wait to see what Jack's looking at, but the draws that I'm looking at, they're targeting up to uh, basically 21,781 half right now. Uh, and I have no reason to believe that that is not on the table this morning. And we will see. Of course, we got to get through the overnight high, and right where we've sold a few times in the overnight session. So we'll see what Jack has. What I'm looking at is just positioning where, basically just under 525, which is, we topped out yesterday's session just under 525 yesterday for the session, not between the bells. And then in the overnight session tonight, we've already slightly ticked over that. So we'll see what is in store uh, going forward for that. But basically, I'm looking for. I'm positioning 527 to 530 as potential resistance up there, and we'll have to see how it acts. And then support's obviously going to be still right around this, I would say 522 to 521 level is where it should come in. If you start getting below there, we have more serious damage control to do. If you look at where the gap fill is, we're up 132. We could get an engulfing bearish candle down, obviously, as a outside scenario. Your targets to the downside, if that's the way we want to go, if that's the way the ball wants to bounce, is going to be down to 21,319, and starting to hit the brakes around 367. For the ES, there's just basically break points. You're looking at resistance at 90 quarter, which we just hit. You're looking at support just a little bit under yesterday's low at 60.39, and then basically 60.12. I hope this helps you guys have a great day. We'll see what Jack's got going on. Trade safe, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.